I think most people in the high-tech industry are passionate about exporting. So big picture stuff, you know, we're all pretty socialist in New Zealand. We all want better schools and hospitals. And I think there's a responsibility for us in the IT industry to grow the pie. You know, if we're not going to go out and earn overseas earnings using technology, who else is going to do it? So I think, you know, for people in the high-tech industry, we do have a global view. We know how important it is to make New Zealand a better place that we go and earn export dollars. So, of course, it's good for Xero, but I think there's a responsibility of all business leaders to think about how you earn money offshore. I guess the dirty little secret about us in research is, you know, and for any entrepreneur, is that you just have a gut feel, and then you do the research later on to validate that to investors. But, you know, it's pretty clear when there's big market opportunities and entrepreneurs just get in and chase them. When we look at offshore markets, you know, offshore markets are hard. It's a big commitment, and certainly as you get older and you've got kids and that, you know, to go on a 2-week trip, I'm just about to head off tomorrow night for 2 weeks. It's really hard with the children. Much easier when you're single and you can just sort of go and not have all those other stresses. So it's really hard when you're going offshore. So what we think about now is building a sustainable offshore presence. So looking to build relationships with people that, you know, who are in market already. So that, you know, so we're building so the people in our, you know, Australian or UK or US offices, it's their full-time real job. And in New Zealand, as a small country, you can use your personal brand to get a whole lot of things done. That just you can't do that when you're overseas, and there's no point building your brand overseas because you're not there. So we really look for great people that can be the face of Xero in each of our markets, and so far we've managed to do that. So one of the strategies for a smaller company is piggyback marketing. How do you, rather than building your own brand, how do you piggyback your brand on the back of someone else? And we've been very successful in that. You know, we starting with Telecom in New Zealand, we became their online accounting partner. That led to British Telecom in the UK, Telstra in Australia, ANZ Bank in Australia. So we've given ourselves the confidence that we can go and get these big marketing partnerships. And quite often when we're using Kia, you know, the New Zealand mafia, to get introduced to the right people in those organisations. And what's been really exciting is as we've entered the US, we're, you know, quite quickly through our networks been able to, you know, connect right at the very top of the businesses we would want to speak to. So we're making good progress in those US-based marketing partnerships. And again, the strategic investment from Peter Thiel, first outside investor in Facebook, CEO of PayPal, has really helped us with those, you know, with opening the door to really some of the, you know, what we would see as the dream US marketing partnerships. So if you're a small business and you don't have those relationships, there's some great programs to help you get them. So Kia, the Kiwi Expats Association, you can just log on and see who's around, and people are more than willing to help. There's also the NZT Beachheads program. We've used that in a few geographies. Like a really good example, I did a call to the US beachhead, and within 2 days I'm talking to the vice chairman of a pretty large bank there. So there are already established programs where we can leverage our New Zealand networks to get to, you know, almost any organisation in the world. So my 3 tips for a New Zealand exporter is, well, first one's not a tip, is that you should do it. It's your responsibility as a Kiwi to export. If you're not exporting, you've got to ask yourself why. I mean, are you really contributing to your full extent? It's our responsibility as business people to earn export revenue. Second thing is you know, think hard about your first market. We like the UK first because normally we've got good networks there. Even though it's expensive, you know, the other side is the money's worth more, but actually once you get there you can get to a whole lot of places, and usually through your Kiwi mafia or your grandmother's cousin you'll find somebody that you can talk to. And the third bit of advice would be leverage the Kia network. You know, there's the Kiwi Expats Association has done a fantastic job in connecting Kiwis all over the world, and by and large they're really excited to help out, so it's a great way to get started.